Hi, I'm Kat, marketer turned brand storyteller.
And I'm Candice, educator turned entrepreneur.
And you're listening to
Not Nice, Clever.
As CEOs and leaders, it's your job to always have the answers, but sometimes you need a little help. Leverage, if you will. We get it. This is the place for you.
So wherever you're listening, 5:30 a.m. club at the gym, on your way to your next meeting, or putting out today's fire, let's get into it.
In today's mini episode, we are diving in how to glean the most opportunity out of your holiday parties. Not just the ones that you put on yourself, but the ones that you attend as well. Because if you have been following us for a while, we did a full episode on the ROI of events and how we analyzed our business over the past 12 months, how it served us, how it brought us more clients, greater lifetime value. And so now, planting seeds and getting ready for this holiday season, we've got some really helpful tips about what to keep in mind, how to approach it, how to not get overwhelmed, but really how to amplify it. So, Candice, let's tell the people.
Let's tell them. So I'm going to talk about how to amplify your own events that you're hosting. And then Kat, you can talk about how to get the most out of attending events.
Let's do it.
So this is my strategy that I use for events all the time with my clients. And it's so simple. It is the before, during, and after strategy. So first of all, I know you're stressing out right now because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to host an event for the holidays. And hopefully you are hosting something for the holidays. And when I say the word event, I don't care if it's 10 people or 100 people or 1,000 people. This before, during, and after strategy will work. And so an event could be in your living room, at your favorite watering hole, or it could be at freaking Aria. Okay. So like it could be anywhere.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah. I mean, because it could be anything. It doesn't matter. But before the event, you want to hype up your audience. So you want to talk about it regularly. Talk about it via email. Talk about it in your Instagram stories. Create graphics about it. And I know some of you are like, but I'm only inviting a small amount of people, so I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to leave people out. Well, you're already leaving people out. If they were that important, you would have invited them. Don't worry about it. Just talk about the event anyways. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have people over for a wine tasting night at my house. I'm looking forward to it. I'm partnering with such and such person who's bringing in their favorite wines. Can't wait to see you there. You can be vague. You don't have to say exactly who's invited or who's not invited. Okay. The point is to build FOMO. That's why we're doing this. Mm-hmm. So before the event, you're talking about it. You're also maybe reaching out to key people like via DM, like, hey, we'd love to have you there. Like, it would be so cool if you're there. Mm-hmm. You mind sharing it if that makes sense for your event. Then during the event, you want to think about who you are positioning at the event. So maybe that looks like you giving your phone to someone or letting them log into your Instagram so they could do an Instagram takeover your stories and capture what's happening at the event. Or maybe that looks like hiring a videographer or a photographer, both, to capture what's going on at the event so that you can have footage that you can then share to amplify the next event. Mm-hmm. Because the event is not just about the 10, 50, 100,000 people in the room. It is about all of the hundreds of thousands of people that could potentially see it online and see you as the leader, you as the expert, you as the person who everyone in the community knows. So during the event, you got to position those people to gather the content essentially. Mm-hmm. After the event, you say thank you to everyone. You say publicly thank you on your Instagram stories, on Facebook, on any channel that you're on.
Email, everywhere.
Email, and you email, Sirhan does this, they email the link to the photo gallery. Why? Because they want to be seen on everyone's feed. If all the 500 people at the event get their photo with Ryan and post it to their feed and tag Sell It Like Sirhan, Sell It Like Sirhan is winning. Okay, you can do that too on your own scale. We used to do that with Vegas Women Connect. Send out the gallery of photos. Why? The next day, we're going to be tagged in hundreds of photos online. Boom. Genius. Okay.
Leverage.
And it's not that hard. These are simple things that you can do no matter how much money you're currently making. There is a way you can do this. I don't care if someone went with their iPhone and took pictures around and you sent them out in an email. That is fine if that's where you are. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting hyped up because I know all the excuses.
You are so fired up right now. I love it.
I'm fired up because the excuses that are coming up in people's minds right now as they're listening to me, it's all bullshit and they're wrong. So stop letting those little voices in your head tell you that you can't do it because XYZ. You could absolutely do it. no matter where you are in your business, no matter where you are in your finances, there are things you can do that will help you to amplify and build brand awareness. So stop making excuses. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox so you can talk to them about how they can get things out of being an event attendee, because there's a lot of value to get there too.
Yes, absolutely. So if you are attending events, be very strategic and discerning in the events that you accept invites to. Not all events are created equal for you and where you want to go. Don't feel bad about declining an event. Permission revoked for you to be a people pleaser, because people pleasing at the end of the day is just a form of manipulation, because you're trying to get people to think that you're one thing, but you're really not. Stop doing that. Okay? Obligatory energy is not sexy. Literally can't. There will be some days, guys, when we hop on to record and Candice and I are like, just like, not today.
Yeah,
we're like, cool.
Today's not the day.
Cancel, move on. We're not bringing that obligatory energy here. You are not going to bring it into your events that you attend. So I would really look at the other people that are going to be attending that event, who is hosting it, what value you can provide in that room, and what value you can get out of the people in that room, at that cocktail hour, at that seminar, at that holiday party. Because I don't know about you, but if you're an introvert listening to this, events take a lot out of you.
Of energy.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of energy. In-person energy is the best energy, but it's also because it's the most potent, and it will leave you the most depleted afterwards. So use that wisely. Use your time wisely. You can recharge your energy, but you can't get your time back. So I'd be really discerning about the events that you accept yes to. And then part of your before, during, and after strategy, if you are an attendee, I would set a goal for yourself, an intention, right? I don't want to use the word goal because I think people can misconstrue the meaning of that word, but your intention. So my intention for the event that you had mentioned, Sell at Miami, that we hosted end of September, was to connect with at least 15 of my clients in real life. IRL. And even if I didn't get a photo for the gram, or the event photographer got a photo of us, I at least had a genuine conversation with them. We exchanged phone numbers, or we reconnected on Instagram, telling the algorithm, hey, I do want to see Aletha's content. Please don't hide it from me. I want to connect with her. So set an intention, and then also be very intentional about when you're at the event, during the event, do capture content, right? Make sure you find the event photographer. If there's a step and repeat, find time to get a photo there, because it's very branded. It's lovely. You can share it on your socials afterward. But also, this is something that I heard on a podcast. So it's not just about you setting an intention to meet people, right? To make connections, but also to be the mediator and connector of people there.
Oh, that's everything.
Right? Because imagine, Candice, if we attended an event with Arjun, who we're going to his event later this month, and Ryan, and imagine if we had introduced Arjun and Ryan to one another. Two very big power players. And here's the weird thing that happens when you introduce two people, they immediately associate any value Arjun provides Ryan, or Ryan provides Arjun. They're going to be like, oh, Kat and Candice introduced us. So you are automatically elevated as an authority because you're the one that connected them.
Totally.
Right? Find those connections that you can make.
Yes. I love you bringing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so important. It increases your value add to the group by leaps and bounds. And it's so funny that you say that, because Dom says, I'm a professional middleman. That's what I do. And he's kind of right. You know, that is what I do. Just connecting people to the things that they need to build their brands, and the people that they need to know who would help them to amplify and are better together, right? And so that is such a key thing to be thinking about that I don't think people think about at all when they're going to events. And I want to note that your intention could be Kat is, a professional. She's been doing this a long time. So 15 people is not a big deal. But for you, it might be I want to meet 3 strangers who I think I can help. That's it.
There we go.
3 people I didn't know before who I think in some way I can help them. Right. And it might be with your business, but it also might not be with your business. It might be by making that connection and introduction.
Absolutely. I think approaching events with an abundance mindset, with an infinite mindset, knowing that this could be the beginning of a relationship that matriculates into something so much more fruitful for both of you, right? It's got to be mutually beneficial, or it's just not there. Otherwise that that becomes obligation energy, and that's not sexy. But I think approaching it that way, and then post-event, make note of the notable connections that you forged. And one thing that I like to do, I have this as an option on my Calendly, and I think you do too, Candice, where they can just book 20 minutes on your calendar, like a virtual coffee catch up, right? A coffee date.
Yes.
And so it's like the people that I really connected and jived with, if our conversation kind of cut short because I wanted to maintain my intention of meeting a certain number of people, I'm like, hey, Dan, I'm going to send you my Calendly link. Let's book some time, just you and I, to catch up over Zoom in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're setting the follow-up. You're giving them the opportunity to further cement that relationship after you've already met them in person. You've got it online. And then who knows how you could help one another from there. So you're welcome for the event. SOPs before, during, and after if you are hosting, if you are attending. Candice, is there any other soapbox wisdom that we want to share on this particular mini?
I think I'm off my soapbox, but just no excuses. There are things that you can do to connect to people every single day and be intentional about your time. That's it. Thanks for joining us on Not Nice, Clever.
Remember to follow Not Nice, Clever wherever you listen to audio.
And if you haven't already, drop that 5-star review.
Share your takeaways. Tell us your story. We love to hear it.
Signing off, your not so nice, but oh so clever besties that mean business.
See you soon.